weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Baker going to throw this right away. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Hurry!
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it. And we saw evidence of that right there. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. From the gun, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Mayfield. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I'd say that he learned from his costly red zone pick earlier in the game, because this time he puts the throw away from where any defender can make a play on it. Unfortunately, he also sailed it over his intended target, and that doesn't work out well either.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he's got Panthers. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look deep down shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go play action now. Newman. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Lutz good on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
And finally, he's taken down at the 18. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 48 yards on the ground for him so far.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where
and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll will be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
That's out quickly to Shenault. He'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
The Panthers had 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first two games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Moore, the man in motion. Mayfield now from the 50. Thomas brings it in. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. First down, Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hubbard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Baker Mayfield with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes this a 9-point game. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Off the play fake, here's Newman.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on fourth down.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 2nd down, here's a run with Hubbard.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Mayfield off the play fake. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Now Newman.
His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Newman looking to throw it.
And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Mayfield now. And this one's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Able to complete this to Chenault. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Mayfield looks to throw.
That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Mayfield to throw it. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
From the shotgun, Newman.
And his throw is incomplete.
They're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On third down, here's Camaro. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And that'll be caught up. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Tackle made by Everson Griffin. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Newman.
nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
On third down, Newman.
And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Fourth down, here's Newman.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires, and the Panthers will get the football back. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Mayfield's throw taken in here by Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
To throw, Mayfield. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Play fake, Mayfield.
That pass complete to Moore. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Mayfield on play action. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now it's Newman. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Throwing now, Newman on first down. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down. Here's Newman to throw. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. A gain there of 21 yards. Now Newman on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Take it in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
First down, Mayfield. He's going to air one out. That's caught at the 25. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And the Saints are right back in this football game. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Yes. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's Newman. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
From the gun on third down, Newman.
Well, he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
There's Chris Olave.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards.
Again, Newman.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Now it's Newman.
Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the shotgun, Newman.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
They go play action with Newman.
Escaping the pressure right.
That would complete downfield to Thomas.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hill. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. A 10th carry for Kamara. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They motion the running back out left. Back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. John Ross, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. They'll try and throw for it.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. He will score. Touchdown, Carolina. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all.
Oh, this is blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath.
And his throw here is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Back to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. They'll look to throw.
Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. He's back to throw. Dancing to his left. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Play action. Now Newman.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple of plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Newman.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here, now a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it.
They'll look to throw. And he is not going to reach the goal line. They were forced to go for it down 2, but the defense rises to the occasion, and they hold on to their lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Carolina, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2.